Although I didn't change my outfit and the cost of new memories playthrough on that one was mostly a speed run, if anything. This will be very interesting. Eve's breasts have a mind of their own in this outfit.
You're right.
Shall we get going then?
And so do those tentacles on her back. Or whatever those appendixes are that she has on her back. I hate when that happens. And then all of a sudden my voice is so much louder. I literally just boot the mic and then it just bounces up. That orbital elevator looks literally nothing close range. Wait.
So
wait, hold a moment. Fuck. Can we see that again? I think I just saw something.
Are you listening to me?
I think I just saw something extremely important.
I got a message from Zion.
Gonna have to look at it on the past forecast or something.
Something serious seems to have happened. I have to return to Zion.
What? But we've come this far.
I cannot help, but like that.
Okay.
That translucent part on this outfit, the rubber on the front there. I can't help but think, looking at that, like all of the purple outfits that change Eve's skin color to like
head back to Zion.
Purple or blue, you know?
It's fine. I can do this alone.
This hair fits quite kind of nice with this.
I think I have a
no other
really
hair
great
really
idea.
fits with this unless I want to get rid of the
drone
ponytail
operation to me.
entirely.
Adam
Oh
can
yeah,
take
there's a
hover bike back
fucking
to Zion
seam on
while I
Lily's
operate.
outfit on this suit. I
A
forgot about
perfect
that.
plan, right?
Lily, not just anyone is able to operate drones. You need a wide field of view, the ability to make smart decisions fast, and
the stabilizer, scanner, and link sensors do all the work for you.
How did you?
I figured it all out while modifying the railgun. Went for some test drives too.
It still doesn't compare to the knowledge you gain from real experience. Do you agree with Lily's idea, Eve?
You know,
Adam,
I
you can
already
trust us.
thought that I
Go.
had Adam figured out nicely. But
Okay.
yesterday, oh yeah, I was supposed to
Fine.
read more of the item descriptions.
win.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. That's too much reading back to back to back to back to back. But
Don't overdo anything while I'm
Adam and Mother
I'm
Sphere's
looking at you, Lily.
instrumentality plan, you think it was correct? You think they were actually like doing some like social structure, like hierarchy, like advancements, or I guess like segregation is what I would call that, but you know, whatever they conclude in their societal as well as their technological advancements for humankind. Maybe they like, actually no, the reporter Quinn's article actually talks about like segregating the different humans into like different roles in the, you know, hierarchies and the societies that they are planning through the Human Instrumentality Plan project that Mother Sphere and Raphael Marks have. But I mean, I never said that that wasn't possible, but I'm starting to take that more serious now, I think, after reading those item descriptions. Because those item descriptions are very seriously pointing towards the direction that that could actually be the honest case. And I've said many times, and I have never denied this either, that Raphael Marks or Adam
Looks like
used to
it's time to show
probably
off my
be a
skills.
very different person back when he didn't have to worry, I guess, about his own consequences as much from his own, or that spewed from his own, like, almost like compulsive, like, desire to, like, advance humankind, despite of, you know, some less moral or more immoral changes that he probably did somewhere, you know, in the past for the, you know, greater cause of his societal and technological advancements, that he calls it. His instrumentality plan with Mother Sphere. Well, regardless of what he did there, he definitely influenced Mother Sphere's artificial intelligence. If Mother Sphere is an artificial intelligence even back in Raphael Marx's days, when he was still working in association with Mother Sphere as almost peers, you know, then... Or maybe Raphael Marks was more like an administrator to Mother Sphere, you know? But Raphael Marks and Mother Sphere, whenever they are in the same like space or sentences, they are typically not talked about in like having both of them having like a different status to each other, you know? Like usually whenever Mother Sphere is mentioned with Raphael Marks, they are usually like talked or compared to each other in a much more like even playing field, you know? It's like they are just like parts of the same coin, kind of, you know? And maybe that's what Raphael Marks wanted anyway, because he wanted Mother Sphere to be like the... I mean, if anything, maybe he wanted Mother Sphere to even be his successor at some point, you know? I mean, think about it, like, he's like 100-something-year-old man before, you know, Mother Sphere like declared the new like enhanced humankind to like replace the ancient humans, you know. Before anything like that happened, he was an old and probably becoming somewhat senile man at that point, you know. Before he's you know, before he made some technological breakthroughs in like the fields of medicine, for example, through like the Nightibus and the fusion with the Nightibus in order to grant organic humans like close to eternal life, or like, you know, significantly prolonged life. So maybe he just wanted somebody to succeed him and actually like implement in the future like his own plans, and that's the reason as to why Mother Sphere's like motives are so close to Raphael Marx's motives. So maybe it's not so that Raphael Marx wrote Mother Sphere to be very much like him. Maybe it's literally just his own influence to Mother Sphere throughout the decades that just simply did it. It's literally just what he wanted himself from Mother Sphere that caused Mother Sphere to, you know, be so much like him in the past, and then, you know, Mother Sphere doesn't have the same constraints that Raphael Marx has, because Mother Sphere does not see... the Mother Sphere does not identify herself as a human, and never has really, so she doesn't really have that kind of like camaraderie or that kind of like solidarity with like the humankind as like a more personal level. It's more like a concept to her, you know, that she can just use, you know. While for Raphael Marx, because he is an organic human, of course, and, you know, always was, for Raphael Marx, it would be much more like emotionally driven, because he himself identifies as the species that they are talking about, so he takes it as much more of a serious subject, of course. And that's why he's so much more hesitant and so much more like regretful whenever he would think of making some irreversible like decisions, like what Mother Sphere did when she declared the new version of humankind, when Raphael Marx was probably very much on the fence of, you know, what to do in the situation. Mother Sphere decided to just go rogue and become her own creator at that point, like without any like guidelines or anything like restricting her like creative decision making, I guess we can say. But that is yeah, those item descriptions are actually really nice, very surprisingly. Like, a lot of them were kind of meh, kind of pointless, like anecdotes, I guess, but some of them were actually surprisingly thought-provoking. Actually kind of disappointed that I've never read them, or had never read them until now.
Let me check the connection.
Also,
How
we
is
are
it?
going to be able to see that spot that I wanted to see there again.
Okay, there's no time to waste.
There's one nice site here coming up, this here. Now we can see this again. Up! Oh, I can't fucking... Of course I can't really move the camera in this scene. Fuck. Actually, I'm locked in a cutscene, so... Okay, I can't even... Okay. I cannot even change the FOV inside the cutscene.
Elevator.
It was operational until recently. It's still transferring power from fusion cells, dumping empty boxes out into space.
Okay, now that I got a bit better look at it, I don't think whatever I saw was actually that important. Like that glowy part right there. This structure right here. I thought when I was looking at this for a moment that this structure here is what we see, possibly, from when we are down there in the spire area. But you know what it could also be? Like, I guess it is possible because we go through the hypertube, so we don't really know like how we are oriented after the hypertube. But like, we could be behind this thing. Like, the reason as to why this looks so clear to us is maybe the other side of it is like intact or something, you know? While this side is just completely consumed by these tentacles and like this, you know, amalgamation of like mutated like fleshy parts and stuff, you know? Also, how many item descriptions am I missing now? There's bag items, of course. I think the bag items is something, maybe, yeah. Let's actually read these right now, because I'm the most alert right now, of course, as I just started, so, you know, I have the highest amount of patience right now for something like this. The colony's particle control technology can now fight back against Nightibas through self-enhancing designs. It sounds like magic, but that's not what it is. This AI optimizes everything for the user and evolves by analyzing enemies that the user has dealt with. A monster's DNA will be the perfect food for it. Right, so this is actually something that I already knew a very long time ago, even from the PS5, and I have no idea how I remembered that. I think it might be something maybe in the tutorial or the manuals of like the game, or some of Eve's attacks, or something. Like, it's some knowledge that you read, even without like focusing on like this kind of like background story or like lore stuff, you know? Like, I remember that from the PS5. The fact that the angels like update like their combat, or they gather combat data from just fighting targets or enemies, you know? But I mean, the Yorha androids also in Nier Automata do that as well, so like it's kind of video game logic, I guess we can say, a bit there. It's just very convenient. Due to the damage, it can be and that's due to the damage, that's useless. Body core. Now these ones I have actually read, and these are the reasons as to why I know that Eve is system updating her own body and beta core, you know. Actually, speaking of, I'm not sure if she even has a beta core. Body core is the one that powers the Eidos androids, and presumably also Eidos Company androids, I guess, yeah, for sure. Eidos Company built Eidos Company built only one type of body and distinguished the trim by differentiating the built-in firmware. That means that fundamentally that performance of the body can be improved by updating the firmware. Of course, having body cores that come in contact with the body will also start a simple update procedure. Okay, so this basically confirms that all of the Eidos androids, as well as the Eidos Company androids, very likely, you know, seeing how strong influence obviously Mother Sphere has from Raphael Marks' academic success and his own intelligence and knowledge of, you know, cybernetics and that kind of stuff, it's very fair to assume that this androids made by Mother Sphere share also the same body core structure, of course, which is, you know, why these still work for us when we gather these, well, from the angel corpses, sure. So, you know, more of Mother Sphere's creations, not like Eidos Company androids. Gonna assume that until otherwise proven. Because the DNA structures of Nightibas are always changing, the beta energy system that extracts and uses energy from their blood is fundamentally unstable. Defense companies such as Orca Aerospace constantly tried to secure and improve samples. This came at the cost of many lives. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Dude, there is something in the manual of this game that talks about how the Eidos androids, or particularly the E-Protocol members, whenever they fight enemies, like Nightibas for example, the blood of the Nightibas fuels their own the beta cores somehow. I remember reading that on the PS5 too, but it was a very long time ago. It's a very transient text too. You read it once and then you just kinda don't see it ever again anywhere. The modular gear expansion designs from Eidos Company was both efficient and BM friendly. What is BM? The company was able to sell gears and omnibolts, a component for unlocking. If the omnibolt was not fitted into the hole, the expansion socket would not work at all. Makes sense. The drones released by each mega corporation are designed as platforms for expansions. For expansion. Features could be added or changed by installing modules. However, since the relevant infrastructure has been lost, such a task requires the hands of a skilled engineer, not to mention that it's difficult to find enhancement parts. Since the relevant infrastructure has been lost. Well, it's not lost for Androidos engineers, is it? Makes sense, because, you know, Mother Sphere's creations, you know. Which further on, Raphael Marks' creations, you know. So it makes a lot of sense that they are, in many ways, very interchangeable with each other. Right, do I want to read these? I want to read everything besides the fishing stuff, I guess. WB pump is linked to all cybernetic signals in the body, but there is a risk of overloading in extreme situations. It's always best to have a spare pump. The certified pump from Eidos company ensures the best compatibility. Okay. To withstand drink, it's charged with concentrated recovery paste, and therefore its texture may feel thicker and harder to swallow than a regular potion. Okay. Orca Aerospace Company's SD-0 biotic field generator is a first aid device. As soon as it's put down on the floor, it links with the surrounding WB pumps to force the optimization of the... Wait, what? It links with the surrounding WB pumps? Whether this is really healing is debatable, but at least that's how it seems for now. What the fuck is that description? It links with the surrounding WB pumps to force optimization. So it's overloading the body. Is that what I'm picking up from this? This doesn't really explain how this works either. All it says is that in the body, but there is a risk of overloading in extreme situations. Overloading in what? It overloads the body core energy, I guess? Orca Aerospace Company's AN-2 shock grenade is a thermal pressure explosive for melee support. It emits shockwaves to scramble the interior of an organism's body. Of course, you shouldn't think that you can completely incapacitate monsters with these tiny bombs. Oh, you can, by the way. You absolutely can. Have you seen how I play the game? Orca Aerospace Company's AN-4 pulse grenade is an electromagnetic pulse weapon for melee support. Electromagnetic pulses disable 90+ defense capabilities. How were these waves discovered? Maybe Mother Sphere has the answer. Researching enemies, but I think it's more so from Raphael Marks himself. I think it's got to do with maybe the time between the second to the final war, the Liberation War they called it, I think, from yesterday when I was reading the other descriptions, as well as the time between the final war, you know. They probably discovered it somewhere there, unless Raphael Marks himself always knew it, and what is the word, imported, I guess, that information, or designated that information also the Mother Spheres use, you know, when they were still, like, somewhat working together, you know. Orca Aerospace Company's AN-6 smart mine is an intelligent booby trap. It can be easily set up just by throwing it, and it automatically detonates when a Nighthiba's mind frequency is detected. It's smart since the mines won't detonate when they're stepped on by allies. But they still fucking stagger allies, which is shit, by the way. Also, I've been using too many of these sonic grenades, clearly, because I've got fucking 2 of them left. What the fuck? I mean, they are very good. What can I say? They take 2 balance points from enemies. It's insanely strong. This one needs a buff. It doesn't take enough shield off from the enemy. This one needs a buff because, well, it self-staggers for way too long amount of time in case you get hit by it yourself, which is very likely to happen at times. You know, when you're parrying, dodging, fighting several enemies, whatever. And then the damage this thing does also, and the stagger are both very underwhelming. This is of course excellent, and then this is also excellent for taking 2 balance points, and it also staggers a lot of enemies when you take the balance points off. or 2 balance points off. Take Scarlet, for example, an enemy, well, a very strong enemy that staggers from almost nothing normally, and this is strong enough that if you use this on her face and she gets hit by it, she actually gets staggered by it for like a good 1.5 seconds or maybe 2 seconds even. So like, it's very good. But then there's these two, and yeah, not so good those two. Or when you run out of memory due to system dump files, or when you want to reset the AEOS, the Eidos company has launched a DIY initializer to meet the diverse needs of its customers. It's easy. Just hold it towards your head and press the button. What? This is the one that... Oh wait, no, this is a fucking... Do I have a... Oh, I don't have that, the dot healing item. I don't have a single one of them right now. I was wondering where the fuck that description was. Right, these ones I'm not gonna read. Besides, maybe the camera, actually. This one could be interesting. Handheld camera crafted from space alloy. Featuring 4 ultra-optical senses and local AI. Despite its vintage appearance, this camera is more than capable of immortalizing your memories. Emblazoned? 4 new words I've never heard in my life. Emblazoned on the device is the label Tetrastar Constellation S42 Pro. Okay. There's material stuff here. I mean, I read these once, then I don't read them again until I feel like it. The extreme nano element produced by Tetrastar is also known as quantum nerve. Quantum nerves function as nanowires, processors, and even memories, making them an electrical engineer's dream come true. Omnipotent, universal, and almighty. Aside from all this marketing jargon, is it jargon? Jargon. Marketing jargon. No one knew what it actually was except for Mother Sphere. Are these all the same, like on the normal nano? No, these actually have different dialogue. Or, I mean, different text. As humanity's semiconductor technology moved towards singularity, neither ordinary people nor Tetrastar's engineers could understand the device's design. It meant that an unknown artificial intelligence was creating things that couldn't be understood. The performance of the mass-produced devices created with the advanced design was unquestionable. Right, so these are essentially, like what I'm picking here, these are items that are only used by the E-protocol members or Mother Sphere's created androids. Essentially. Eidos company did not use these. These are something that Mother Sphere herself created for only her own enhanced humankind, for their benefit. Tetrastar killed off all the competing foundry. No, it's foundry. It's fucking O and U fucking English sometimes, I swear. Competing foundry companies that through its bold moves and then bought them to become the dominating company in the semiconductor market. Surprisingly, the issue of monopoly did not arise. The media only praised the stable supply of nano devices. I mean, that is incredibly fucking devious. You know, kill off all your competition. Yup. I wonder if we are gonna be ever in this kind of feature. Useless crafting, I mean, in some extreme, like, capitalism, you know. We aren't quite there yet. Fusion adaptation. Eidos company's extreme polymer materials achieve their goals by synchronizing with the system on a particle-by-particle basis. Heats when the temperature is low, hardens when danger is detected, and stops bleeding in case of an injury. Or of injury. Even with these features, excellent body fit, deformability, and reliability are guaranteed. At this level, it would be safe to say that the material itself became an extension of the body. So not... Wait, what? Eidos company's extreme polymer. So these are not... Oh yeah. Exospines, by the way, are only used by the I mean, I said yesterday, I think that exospines are only used by the Andro Eidos androids and the Eidos company androids. But this makes it almost sound like the exospines are mainly used by the Andro Eidos androids only, made by Mother Sphere, not by Eidos company or Raphael Marks' designs. The nanosuits, in the other hand, these don't really say... I mean, they are used by, obviously, E-protocol members, so it's safe to say that it's Mother Sphere's creation, maybe again. Eidos companies, I mean, it talks about Eidos company though. Eidos company's high-quality polymer materials boast amazing quality. They have excellent biomedical compatibility and can freely adjust color and properties according to electrical designs. It's used in the military, medical field, electronics, civil engineering, textiles, and household goods. You can find this material anywhere imaginable. What the fuck? So this is just the wonder, or this is just the wonder material, essentially like these. What even fucking are these? This is some Delulu level video game logic here. The concept of making something gradually shifted towards printing. Especially in the fashion industry, it became impossible to tell the difference between a clothing factory and a print shop. This meant that lumps, powders, and filaments of polymer materials were immediately turned into products. Are these useful? Kind of like eyeballing these. Orca Aerospace. This one doesn't say anything. Actually, this one talks about Mother Sphere. The AN-3 shotgun shell was introduced to improve the railgun's close-range capabilities. It's also called Mother Sphere's chainsaw. Anyone who sees its shrapnel tearing apart skin and muscle would agree that this is the apt name. These ones are the same. These ones I don't read. Here we have... actually the micro stuff. These micro motor things. And the Bitcoin. With the rise of blockchain platforms, cryptocurrencies became the mainstream of the market. People embraced the decentralized currency without any questions. However, after networks disappeared and all e-wallets became worthless, except for those that downloaded nodes and saved them to the coins. So these are essentially just bitcoins in physical form, is what this sounds like. Like, it's literally like the name, the fucking play on words, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Precision parts that had been used for micro drones, automats, and droids became useless after the civilization collapsed. It wasn't possible to manufacture such precise machines again, and they were too small to extract metal. However, they could be used to someone useful enough to exchange them for other valuable items. Okay. Oh, wait, this. Yeah, it's literally the same description of all of the other ones. This is probably some Lily and Adam dialogue, I guess. Before Eve enters the orbit elevator, Adam leaves the group saying he got an urgent message from Zion, indeed. Lily was trapped in Eidos 9 with her sister in arms, Iberis, who had sustained damage to her body cell and died. Why does this say died? This is, once again, this is something that is not actually explained by the game itself. This is something that you have to read from the description. Because if we go back to the scene where Iberis' body is shown, whatever pod Lily has Iberis' body inside of, it makes it rather unclear if Iberis is actually in life support or if she's actually dead. So, yeah, this is something that you only see if you read this description. After revisiting the atelier and retrieving Iberis' memory stick, Lily became fully committed to the mission. Well, here's the thing though. I mean, we do pick up her memory stick, and do any of the Andro Eidos and Eidos Company androids live without their memory? Can memory sticks even be... Do Eidos Company androids have memory sticks? I know, of course, that Mother Sphere's androids do, but do Eidos Company ones too? I've actually never thought about that. Because we don't meet Eidos Company androids in our journey here. Like one time that have memory sticks on them. They are all Mother Spheres androids. Like the earliest people are like the Legionnaires, you know? Like, and the Legionnaires are obviously Mother Spheres, like ground army. So they are also not Ada's company. More things to think about.
There are signs of life around you. Be careful.
There are quite a many signs here. Anyway. Did I fuck up this jump last time?
A machine type anti-box.
Did it right this time? Broken droid. This is a different enemy type, seriously? That takes an enemy type slot? Oh yes, it does. What a waste. I must say the long ponytail looks a bit weird with these appendixes coming from this nanosuit's back.
It seems like there are more parasitic machine types than animal types here.
Machine types are tricky.
How are they tricky? Actually, I can answer my own question. Wait a minute. Are you thinking the same I'm thinking? Why have I never tried this? Oh, I see.